YouTube, what's up? It's your boy Crypto J coming at you with another J Talks Crypto. We talking about some Toshi today, and we talking about some Bitcoin. You just don't want to miss it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, that bell notification. Also, guys, gotta let you know I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm just a homie, okay? So don't buy nothing you see in this video. But as you guys can see, just like we talk about on the channel, Thursday looking like some volatility. I told you guys yesterday that we might see a breakdown today. I still am thinking that we might see that breakdown. Almost looks like it's happening now that we're dropping under 104.5 all the way down to 104.1. As you guys could see, total market cap coming in at a 3.2, fear greed index coming in at a 48, and we're starting to see that volatility that I told you guys about yesterday. You guys could see the market starting to print red, but the question is, are we going to see that big drop down? Now, we do know that we see generally price move on Thursday. I always say fake out early in the week, price movement later in the week. We had a fake out early this week, and then now here we are sitting at Thursday and starting to break down, starting to see some real price action. This guy showing the rainbow chart indicator, basically saying that, we are about to start the bull run, basically. But it does look like a little bit more correction necessary right before any of that can happen. There's so much talks going on in the Middle East. One minute they're at war, the next minute they're talking about peace, and ultimately nobody knows what's gonna happen, right? I have a funny feeling. I don't want to spoil it. Maybe I should spoil it. Maybe I should give you my predictions just because some of you guys like my predictions so much, but I don't know. It's not going to be a good prediction. It's not going to be one that will get people excited. It'll get some people excited, but I don't think it's one that'll have everybody excited and on the same page. So that's why I'm not giving my prediction about what I feel like is going to happen over there. Plus, I mean, I'm not a guy that's very into politics. I do understand the conflict that's going on over there, and I understand it on many levels on the political level, on the religious level, and stuff like that. And that's why I just feel like this war is a war that I don't think really honestly will end in a week. I don't think that this is a scare. I feel like this is a serious problem that's going on in the Middle East. So again, I don't know what's going to happen to the market. I don't know where we're going to go with this. I don't know what's going to happen with the state of the world, but I do know that right now we are looking at Bitcoin breaking down on this Thursday, right? So again, we want to know, is Bitcoin going to continue to capitulate, or is Bitcoin finding some kind of a bottom around this 104 range? Really got to see something again. We're already below 104.5 now, so we're starting to lose some traction. I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below. Also, we'll talk about some Toshi because that's what y'all came for. Y'all here for that Toshi, right? Let's see how Toshi's holding up today. Only down about 2%, not too bad. We are coming in now below 200 million, coming in at 196 million, starting to see a little bit of that sell-off. Let's see kind of how the peanut gallery feels right now. As you guys can see, a lot of people very active in the Toshi community. As a matter of fact, this coin sitting very close to 1 million people now. A lot of people still bullish. They're feeling good about it. Some people think going down by the bottom. Somebody said everyone should panic sell. It's going to continue going down by the bottom. There we go. Yeah, okay. Well, so here's the thing. This is a bad idea, guys. This is not. I know this seems like a rational thing. Like, oh, I'm just gonna sell now. I'll just buy back in the bottom. I have a saying that, well, there's a saying. It's not mine, okay? There's a saying in the market, and that's time in the market beats timing the market. So I know it just makes sense in your head to be like, oh, I could just sell now and then I'll just buy back in later. But again, right, weren't a lot of people saying that at $98,000 Bitcoin right before Bitcoin shot all the way up, and it hasn't revisited 98,000 yet. So a lot of those guys that sold out at 98,000, what happened was they saw the market recovering and then they bought back in. They had less coins. The market dumped back down. They probably did the same thing. They probably double sold for a loss. It's just not a good practice to be selling when the market is down. I don't think that this guy is right. I think that this is like like noob advice for more noobs, in my opinion. Again, do what you want with your money. If you want to sell every time the price goes down and lose money, that's okay. I'm a fan of doing the opposite. I'm a fan of, looking for things that are on sale and then locking in profits when they go up. I'm not a fan of buying the tops and then selling because the price corrects and I feel like I'm quote unquote losing money. He's saying that he's losing money. First of all, you don't lose money in cryptocurrency until you sell. Stop selling. Stop selling every time the price corrects and you'll stop losing money. How about that? How about be patient? Let the market recover. Give the market time. Again, Bitcoin is undefeated, but it's on a correction right now. I don't understand why people sell out at bad positionings, just horrible, horrible times in the cycle to be selling out. Again, we have not had a blow off top yet. And so again, I can't tell you what to do with your cryptocurrency. I really can't. If you want to sell and get out the market and you feel like that's necessary, maybe that might be the best option for you, because honestly, it's about to get to a point where we're going to get very volatile, guys. I've already told you that multiple times. We're going to see a lot of volatility in this range, and it's going to make the markets go crazy. We've talked about the fear greed index and all that stuff too. The fact that, hey, we might see a correction. I'm probably one of the only YouTubers that has been talking about this fear greed index, how we've reacted in the past and what we'll probably see. I was talking about this before the Middle East stuff was even happening, right? Was already saying there's probably going to be some kind of event that's going to take the market down. Did I know that it was going to be what's going on right now? No, I didn't know that was going to be the case. It could have been anything, right? But again, now we got a shoulder forming here, and this just looks like it wants to dump down again. This pattern actually right here looking very reminiscent of this pattern right here. This pattern took place in May of last year and June. And look where we are right now, guys. This was May and June. You see what I'm talking about? I don't know. Now, anything can happen as always. Markets are highly volatile. We talked about the scenario of a possible double top also occurring already on Bitcoin. Still bullish on 2025. Just throwing that out there because, again, we haven't had a blow off top yet. I'm patient. I'm not paper handing my crypto at a time like right now just because there's volatility, just because there's uncertainty and war and all this stuff. Guys, let me tell you something, okay? Been in this game for a long time. We've already seen plenty of crazy FUD sandwiches. Some of the craziest FUD sandwiches. This is definitely up there with some of the craziest FUD sandwiches. But India, Pakistan FUD sandwich, the Ukraine stuff. We've been through it all, guys. COVID, right? All these crazy things. We've been talking about the market. We've been, long on the market through all these events. And in my opinion, I'm not changing my stance. I'm still going to be Crypto J. 10 years from now, I'm bullish on Bitcoin. Okay, I'm long on this space. So, again, when I see things are on sale, when I see things that are getting cheaper, I'm not thinking, let me sell all my crypto for a loss so I can buy back in on the bottom and see if I can make my money back. Like, man, not a financial advisor, but that has got to be some of the dumbest advice. And I know people like doing it. I know some of you already did it. You're like, man, I'm gonna just sell my crypto now and I'm gonna just jump back in. Okay. What happens is usually one of two things happens in this situation that I usually see, right? Again, maybe the guy will sell out and not buy his crypto back and go back once it goes up. But usually we'll see them sell off. Then they'll realize that the price is not going to dump as bad as they thought. And then they will be staring at the price. And usually they'll actually wait until it goes above what they sold it at intentionally so that they could get back in and be like, oh man, I got less coins, but that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, you took a loss. And then you got back into the market. And then now you're betting on a pump. A lot of the times they get back in before the trend has fully reversed, before it's gotten any kind of a confirmation. So now they end up with less coins. The trend has not fully reversed. The trend is still going down. And then, they wake up in the next couple of days. It's still going down. I knew it. I knew I should have just sold. And then they sell off again, right? And then they keep doing this transaction fees and stuff like this. They're losing money, losing money. And then that's why these people are saying, oh, I'm losing money. I'm losing money. Yeah, you're losing money because you're over trading. You're trading into, first of all, I'm not taking a lot of trades in anything that looks like this at all. Why would I buy why would I buy it and then try to buy in at the bottom? Look at the past month of what the prices look like, fool. Do you think that you're going to be able to perfectly predict when the market is going to be at the bottom? No. Who's the guy that wins? Looks like dollar cost average guy wins, not the guy trying to sell and then buy and sell and buy and sell and buy. He's not the guy that wins. Like I said, time in the market beats time in the market. What do you think would win? If you're acting erratic and emotional and selling every time it drops and buying back in and trying to time it, which you won't, or the guy who's just buying this every time it goes on sale and just accumulating it and just sitting patiently and not trying to be a millionaire tomorrow and not getting into cryptocurrency to get rich quick. The guy who's actually genuinely invested in this space for the long term. Who do you think's going to win? The short term guy or the long term guy? Historically, based off this logarithmic chart, people that have a long term mentality and people that don't make crazy dumb decisions like over leveraging, putting too much money in at the top, just dumb stuff, right? People that don't do that, that actually do the opposite of retail, right? I want you guys to get used to tuning out retail and doing the opposite, right? Like right now, everybody's thinking, oh, it's the end of the world. I got to sell and buy the bottom. But look, this logarithmic chart does not tell us that it's time to sell out right now and buy in at the bottom. Actually, this right here looks exactly like Trump's last term over here. This 2016 where we're just on a steady rate of growth and then have a big blow off top. Again, we have not had a blow off top to this cycle. So I'm just not bearish, but I do feel like, we're going to probably see 100K before we see 115. I will say that. I do think that more correction is necessary. Can that be wrong? That could totally be wrong. We could totally start pumping off of this level too. The only reason why I said I think that we need to see more correction in the short term, one, because of the state of the world, two, because we had a rejection off of this daily on this daily candle here, and we created a bear flag here that looks like we might need to again see some retests of some lower levels. In my opinion, again, just an opinion, not a financial advisor or anything like that, we need to see a good solid close on today. We need to start breaking above this line if we want to start talking again about a rally happening. Until then, guys, the trend is your friend. We're establishing lower highs. We're creating some kind of a wedge here, and in my opinion, again, I said it earlier, this is not a absolutely insane time to be short on the market, especially at the time of the video right now, because we're already breaking down below key support. But again, I'm not telling you to go short the market. I already told you that time in the market beats timing the market. I'm not somebody that is a big fan of swing trading and stuff like that, but I'm just letting you guys kind of know what this chart is showing me, because if I was looking to make a day trade or make a swing trade or a scalp right now, I would be looking at this opportunity more as a short opportunity. And that's why, again, you're seeing a lot of shorts rolling in right now, because these guys are all looking at the same chart. They're looking all at the same indicators, and they're all seeing that Bitcoin could possibly have a breakdown. But again, this monthly chart is really showing us, right, that anything can happen on Bitcoin, right? Some of these patterns have been predictable, but this chart overall looks totally like erratic. It looks totally crazy, right? Look at this thing. Creates a rising wedge here, shoulder, head, shoulder, totally normal. Sees a drop down, decrease in volume, trend sideways, drops down, right? Starts creating a bear flag. Everything's totally normal. Look, rising wedge here, drops down. And then look at this. This is where it's like, this is totally manipulated. Look, shoots all the way down to 100K. We talked about this retest being necessary of 100K. We jump down to 100K. We shoot up, rising wedge here, right? This should be an indicator that the chart's going down. And we're saying that all day, this day. I would say, hey, this looks like the market's going to break down again. This is why I always say anything can happen, right? Because we did break down, not a lot though. And then we absolutely saw a big run up, create a shoulder, head, shoulder here. And it's just been very manipulated. So again, maybe we do need to see another retest of this 100K. Maybe we can make another bounce off of that. Or maybe Bitcoin, also can create something here where it could start pumping out. Now, the way that the price looks right now, it's looking pretty funky. Again, we had a confirmed rejection already, and we need to see some positivity on the 1 day. So that's what I'm paying attention to. I'm paying attention to the daily today. We need to see a strong close on the day. We know that today's Thursday. We know that we see sell-off going into the weekend. So it's very essential that we see some good positivity this week. Otherwise, guys, I'm telling you right now, we're probably going to see some blood into the weekend, even as low as 101 on Bitcoin. That's just my prediction. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a guru. I'm not a Miss Cleo. I'm nobody. So that's just my what I think is going to happen. But I want to know what you guys think is going to happen. I always value you guys' opinion. Let me know. Are you bearish? Are you bullish? You guys think that we still have more room in the cycle, or do you think that the cycle's topped out? Let me know in the comment section. And yeah, if you're not yet tapped into Patreon, join us over on Patreon. I'll leave the link in the description. I'll catch you next one. Peace.